Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party, the hoisting of the colors, the playing of our national anthem, and the invocation.
Post the colors.
President, arms.
Chaplain Chandler will now provide the invocation.
I invite you to join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to recognize an honorable military career from an honorable patriot. We ask your blessings upon this retirement ceremony as we celebrate Master Sergeant Boyer's 20 years of faithful service to our nation. We're grateful for all the contributions he has made to enhance and enlarge America's freedoms here and around the world. Bless Sergeant Boyer with your love and care during these days of transition. Give him your wisdom and guidance as he approaches the next chapter and season of his life. Encourage him and meet his needs, we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Chaplain Chandler for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce the official party for today's ceremony. The presiding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Jennifer Warren. Our honoree, 55th Intelligence Support Squadron GDPS Section Chief, Master Sergeant Shane Bollier. We would also like to welcome the distinguished guests seated in today's audience. 55th Intelligence Support Squadron Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ty Gilbert. Finally, we would like to extend a warm welcome to all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, and coworkers. Thank you all for attending this special ceremony honoring Master Sergeant Bollier. Recognizing a military member who is retiring from a career of long and honorable service is one of our oldest and most cherished military traditions. A retirement ceremony is a prestigious event and the highest honor we can give a retiring Air Force member. This retirement ceremony provides an opportunity to say thank you for faithful service, to which good luck to future endeavors, and bid a heartfelt farewell. As Master Sergeant Bollier transitions into the next phase of his journey, we must never forget that his retirement from the military is not the end, but merely the beginning. It is an extension of his active duty career, for he will continue to be among us as a valuable member of the larger Air Force community. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the presiding official for today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Jennifer Warren. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Gosh, what a somber looking audience. Okay, smile. He's smiling. Well, everyone, welcome. Good morning. We are here to celebrate the retirement of 20 years of dedicated and faithful service to our Air Force and our country, honoring Sergeant Shane Bollier. Sergeant B, as I call him, because that just does not look like Bollier to me at all whatsoever, but, you know, I think I got it right. So, but he's always Sergeant B to me, so I'm going to call him Sergeant B. Unfortunately, his family and friends couldn't be here, so thank you very much for videotaping this. I know it means a lot, and they'll get to see this whenever you get back home. But I know that they mean a lot, and they are important in all of the successes that I'm going to talk about. They make the difference, and their love and support and what they have done for you over the course of 20 years made you who you were, and made you able to make the sacrifices that you did throughout your career. So I know it means a lot. So thank you very much for taping this, because they need to see this. They need to understand all the things that you've done over the course of 20 years. Let's see. So I am honored to be a part of this ceremony. Whenever someone retires, it really is. It's a bittersweet occasion. It's a celebration and a look back of everything that they've done over the course of 20 years. But it's also a time to say goodbye and bid farewell and say, you know, congratulations and thank you very much. And now go on and do other things, knowing that you've faithfully served your country, and that you will continue to do that in whatever capacity that may be. And that pin that we have here will symbolize that, and everyone will know that you're a retired Air Force Master Sergeant. So let's talk a little bit about some of the accomplishments that you've had throughout the course of your 20 years. It all started back in about 1993-ish, is that right? Basic training, then you had your tech school, so get through all that, do a good job, off to your first assignment at McDill Air Force Base in Florida. So not a bad gig, you know, he gets to go to Florida, hang out for a while. Some of the things that they wrote about, so he starts off in comm and computer, stays that way throughout. Some instructor time, we'll talk about that. But from the beginning, his supervisors used words like determined, adept, knowledgeable. He was lauded for his exceptional technical abilities, and as a young airman was entrusted with highly sensitive mission areas. He actually worked on and restored comm paths that connected the President, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, FedCom, SOCOM, Space Command, and Airborne Command Posts, and routinely excelled. And this is all as an airman. So he has that weight, making sure those comms, and you guys all know in the comm field that when comms don't work, people get mad. So if you can imagine that your customers are all those high-level folks, just how the stress level and the factor is probably quadrupled, maybe even tenfold, to get that compact working and making that work. So he did that, and he did it very well. He supported JTF SWA, restoring critical comms to U.S. Patriot batteries. Again, a critical node in our defense, keeping us safe, making sure that they are able to communicate is a very important thing as we are deployed around the world. And he was lauded for his dedication, gets results when others only bring excuses. I thought that was really cool. Team player, true professional, and this is all while he was an airman. And I picked those specific things out of his EPRs whenever I was trying to decide what I wanted to talk about, because I think that those things carried throughout. As I knew Sergeant B, at the end of his career, all those things were still the same. He was still dedicated, a true professional. He was known for his technical expertise, and he got the job done. So started out, and I think it only continued to grow. And the one thing that you did that I appreciated was that you turned that around and taught others how to do all those things. Okay, so it's 1998, and you get to leave sunny Florida. Was that sad, bittersweet, glad to get out of there?
Yeah, a little bit. I love Tampa.
Yeah, okay, so you get to go over to Japan. He's at Kadena Air Base at the 353rd OSS. So, not bad. Not a bad assignment. He's now part of the Theater Deployable Comm Team. And when I asked Sergeant B, as I ask everybody when I'm to be a part of their ceremony, what are some of the things that you're most proud of? This was one of the first things that he talked about was his work that he did out at Kadena. And looking back and reading through it, I can understand why. He really excelled at this assignment. He supported the Army during Ultra-Focus Lens in 2000. He was #1 of 14 network technicians. He was awarded the Air Force Comm and Information Professional of the Year. And he was critical in acquiring needed comm data, enabling the unit to deploy with no notice at all. So that's impressive. I mean, those are the kinds of things that you need your NCOs, your airmen, your NCOs at the time to be able to do, to get those things done. We stand on your shoulders, and you made it happen. It's organized, looking for ways to improve processes and innovative. And again, those things captured, carried throughout, and just reading through those set of reports that your supervisors had to say about you, I could see why you had an interesting mission. It looked like you got to do a lot of really cool things, and you excelled at it. So I get it, I understand, and that makes sense to me. And I think that was probably a good time, and sad to leave, right? Or sad because then you get to go to Keesler, right? So you get to go from Kadena to Keesler. But alas, that's the second thing that he loved the most. And the reason I think he liked Keesler was because he was an instructor there. So this is another highlight for him. And again, reading through that set of reports, I understand, I get it. The things that his supervisors and his commanders had to say about him, it read through, it came through, and I could totally see you doing that as an instructor, especially given his personality and his patience. I see that, and that's what you want in a good instructor. You want somebody who's willing to go the extra mile, and that's what he did. He was the #1 instructor, served as a subject matter expert in the networking course, qualified in the unit's most complex course, teaching it in only half the allotted time, which I'm sure your supervisors and commanders were thrilled with, because that meant that the course got to keep going. Consistently rated excellent or higher on his instructor critiques. And I point that out specifically because that makes a difference. So it's one thing what your supervisors and your commanders think of you, but it's really what the people who you're spending the time with, who you're teaching, think of you. And his students routinely thought of him as an excellent instructor, and I can see that. Given your personality, given your love of teaching, right up your alley. And I see that you excelled. Consistently the #1 instructor, expert, mentor, and while he was down there, he had the opportunity to aid in the Hurricane Katrina efforts as well. And so I know that was a devastating time during that part of Keesler's history, and the things that you did to support that recovery effort were absolutely amazing. Talking about sheltering over 750 people, reconstructing homes, working on the base. So again, taking that step outside of just what is required for active duty, but going into the larger community. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that throughout his career, that's really another thing that he very much excelled at. Every report talked a little bit about some of the things that he did. He was active in every single organization you could possibly imagine. He was a member of the Honor Guard. He was active in the community, was active in the squadron, all those things that you would look for in somebody who's dedicated to our mission. Okay, so for all that hard work, he gets to go to OSON. He's only there for a year, but while he's there for a year, he's actually the squadron's NCO of the year. So not bad work for all of the years' time. Excellent job being there. He put together the base's first global broadcast system, which essentially enabled real-time comms with the UAV, which is the first ever for OSON. I thought that was pretty interesting. Then it's off to Hickam, 2007, just to go to Hawaii for a little bit, leading the ASIC staff to an excellent IG rating, and all of you that have been through any kind of an IG, whether it's a DCI, ORI, whatever the case may be, know how difficult that is, and know all the work that goes into getting an excellent on an IG rating. He was the 13th Air Force Intel Enlisted Contributor of the Year, volunteered for countless community projects, ensuring comms were available and ready across PACOM, working with STRATCOM, the list goes on and on and on. And again, I believe this was one of your other highlights that you and I talked about as far as one of the things that he was most proud of was his work at Hickam. And again, it's just shown through. Okay, so after Hawaii, we were lucky enough to have him come here to Omaha, to our ISS. Here he served as the chief of the ground data system, leading a team of experts and maintaining equipment that's worth $130 million. But that doesn't really capture everything that you guys do. I mean, those are words and they're great, but really, what a diverse mission set. And the things that you guys are responsible for on a day-to-day basis, that you managed and led, massive upgrades, baseline change, all the training that goes into that, writing the training programs, making sure everybody's ready to go out the door, making sure that sites around the world have their GPS and they're up and running. It's a lot of work, and he makes it look effortless as he goes through day to day and does that. He did the Operation Fog of War, which any of you, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, the number of cables and fibers that are running through the building that you guys now occupy. It's an absolute maze. And so just to initiate an actual cleanup of that whole mess is something that many people did not want to undertake, but Sergeant B started that, and that's good. He left his indelible mark forever on all of our things, our lithos, the coins, the poker chips. He had a hand in designing all of those. We took advantage of his artistic flair, and we used that to our advantage, so thank you very much. But what a legacy that you leave to the squadron that shows that you were involved and that you did those things. Always had a smile on your face, always a kind word, very patient, very understanding. You could count on him to deliver, and I think I started that out. One of his supervisors said that, you can count on him to deliver. And again, I say that here today, it's just as true. So with that, I've talked a lot, but it's important, I think, for everyone to understand all the things that you've done. We sometimes only see a snapshot of what folks bring for the 2 years, 3 years, however many years we get a chance to work with them. But I think it's important to understand all the things that he's done, all the impact that he's had. With this end comes a brand new beginning. He's got a lot of plans. I know that you will absolutely be successful in whatever it is that you choose to do. Apprehensive? Yes, I'm sure you probably are, but you should be confident. Confident in knowing that you served honorably, you dedicated 20 years, and you did a very good job. And you are leaving behind a legacy of folks who hopefully will follow in your footsteps and continue to do the work that you've done over the course of the last 20 years. I'm grateful to be a part of the ceremony. I'm honored to be here. I'm so thrilled for you that you get a chance to go back and be with family and pursue other dreams, knowing that you did an excellent job. So thank you very much.